Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Let's go, let's go. Check, tight right.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Hey, Sam off. Now.
On second down, Cook. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
Here we go. 60 yards.
Get ready.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jared McKinnon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 17, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. From 17 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. They go play action with Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Two interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
They're swooping. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Second and 10. Into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 11th touchdown of the year as his Lions are on the board here in this first quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They go draw play to McKinnon. And an alley to run. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Watch the run, watch the run.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He finds his man Johnson. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. But they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive here, 2nd and 11. Throwing here, Trubisky. Dancing to his left. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turn.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jerick McKinnon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
On the set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
General West.
Check 4, check 4. 25, check 25, check 25.
5.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
Oh, some strong running. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble. Goes for 20.
The 3-yard line.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Lock in, lock in. 5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Ben Gideon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the safety creep. Mike, check. 59.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Trubisky will throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Now Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. They start the drive with Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. It's still a nice play by the defense.
And he gets this one just shy of 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
Ready, ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They run, Cook, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They're going to look to throw. He's going deep for Brett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
I'm coming after you.
Mike Buck 9. Let's go, D.
Hey, C6.
Now Trubisky to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
54's Mike. Check T-grip.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37, and he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. And they'll start the drive with the ground with Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Johnson running right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He's got a first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get... So possession will stay the same.
Check, 59. You ain't doing nothing, baby.
Going with with Armstead, a first down carry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They're trying to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
On third down, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Randy Gregory in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11th. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Throwing again on second down. Trubisky. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Catanzaro's kick is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive...
Now Trubisky lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Looked at me like that doctor my kindergarten teacher always said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Second and 3. Robinson's got it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Aaron Lynch showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On second down, it's Cook. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. They've got it down to the 3, but now this is third and goal. They'll set up the throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm, and he delivers it with confidence.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
59, Mike to 59. I'm here all day.
looking to throw. Trubisky on first down. Escape. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Robert Quinn make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Throwing on second and long. Trubisky under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's see what they draw up here. Third and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Mike, check, 59.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Ready? 50, play.
Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
Deep river.
He'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off down at the 2. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they've got decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit, but maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to Nada, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
27, Vikings 10.
Ready, set.
21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
80 weapon.
Hey!
5.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Antonio Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Hey, wahoo!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. McKinnon. I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Y'all not ready?
Mike's 54! Mike's 54! Hey, here I come!
Hey, alert!
Here I come!
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch with the...
You draw Corcoran. Hey, Haywood.
Hey, watch out. Check.
Hit it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the field. I said, hey, he picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
At the 31-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 26, check 26.
Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
First down.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ran, hey, Alpha.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup of 6 there on first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Hey, 18. Hey, Charlie. Check right 54. Right 54.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That's complete to Robinson. And some room to run now. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Let's put that team on the bus. Smith. Ready.
Back to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Important extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Back to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll look to throw. He finds McKinnon, complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. The quick slant caught. 12 more yards there and another first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Here's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Trubisky to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Throwing now is Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive. The bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A.J. Boye with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it second and 12. So how about that comeback that we just witnessed going into the fourth quarter? I don't know that we had written them off, but it looked bleak. They were able to get it done.
They put up a barrage of points and reeling them in and running them down and winning it. Wouldn't you love to be in their locker room right now? Think about the energy that's radiating out of there right now. They're talking about belief, sticking together, and finding a way to win.
So for Minnesota,